So now we will discuss one by. So now we will discuss one by one what are the different thing. Once the PWW get installed. So let me start from the installation thing, that what logs you need to refer once the installation is completed, and what are the troubleshooting logs as well in case if your page is not loading. Let's say you can see this is my PWA page, or I would say the CyberArk web page, which is being there as of now. So we will discuss one by one. So as I said, it's a web server. We have the web services running on the server. So if I navigate to this Internet Information Services Manager, this is your IIS manager, or I should say the web server settings page. So if I just open this up, so I have told you, this gets added in the in the application, default website, and we have the application. So if I were to open the default website, or I should say the default page, I will just click on here, browse 443, click OK. So you can see this is my default web page. It's not appearing because it won't appear with a local host. Reason being, it's not the page is not displaying here with a local host, because if you click over here, the certificate, the web certificate, or as I should say the SSL certificate assigned to this server. Okay, we have the certificate issued to the complete server name, and the certificate is also issued by the server itself. This is a self-signed certificate or locally signed certificate by the server. So if I'm trying to open up HTTPS with a local host, it won't open because we do not have the complete host name, in this. So what I'll do, I'll just put it. So now this is the default web page. Okay, this is something wherein I have installed my PWA password vault application. Okay, now you can see here password vault application is appearing under this default web page. Okay, so first of all, if you remember, we have installed the web server settings, and top of it we have installed the PWA. So if I were to see further, if I were to open up PWA over here, I will just password vault. So now you can see that I am able to open up PWA. So we have seen that for running the PWA, you should have the web services running. Okay. If I do not have the web services running, I will not be able to open up the PWA. Now, what is web services? Web services are nothing but the IIS services. So this is the web service. Okay. Or alternatively, we can also see it from the command line. So if your PWA is not running, the first and foremost thing you would see is the whether this IIS services are running and running or not running. You will just do IIS reset. Let me open it with admin privileges. So you can see that IS admin service is running. Okay, Windows process activation service is running. World Wide Web publishing service is running. These services are basically known as IS services. If these are not running, then you would not be able to open up your web service, open up your PWA page, I should say. If I just stop this for a while, let me add this page in the favorites as well so we can launch it again. It's taking more time than expected. Let me do it from here. Yeah, it stopped. So if I were to open up my PWA page, it won't open because we have the service not running. So you might be noticing sometimes that your users are complaining that they are not able to open up the PWA page. So the first and foremost thing that you would look after is the web service status, whether it is running or not. You can see from the from this service console that this IS admin service is running or not. Alternatively, you can do one thing. You can just open up the command prompt with the admin privileges. Okay, now you can see all three services are stopped. That's the reason why we are not able to open a page itself. It's something, it's the earlier one. If I just try to refresh it, it won't come up either. So this is blocking. So we will just start the service again. So once it gets started, you would be able to open up the PWA page. You can see this is successfully started now. Now if I try to hit enter, you can see the page is loading. Okay. Now there are two types of things. The first is the IIS level thing, which is basically your web server level of things. So there are logs for that. Okay. So if you navigate to C drive, init, pub, logs, log files. It's unable to. I'm unable to make out whatever it says. Let me just get back once again. Okay, it's yet to populate over here. But ideally, the main thing is like you need to check the status whether the IS services are running. If the IS services are running, that means from the web service perspective, we are good. Now, the next thing we need to check is the application level. So for application also, we have different logs. So if you navigate to this drive, this path, C Windows temp, and under this you could see there is something called pwwa folder is there. So just click on this pwwa folder and click on this Cyberark web console. Okay, so this will indicate the service whether the application is started or not. So now you can see that on today's date it has started. That means your application should be up. If something happens, let's say if your pwwa is unable to communicate to the vault, okay, pwwa a server is not able to communicate to the vault, in that case your pwwa page will not come up at all. So that kind of errors would be indicated in this web console log, or you can see in this web applications as well. So the more you work on the issues, the more you will get to see that what went wrong. Primarily, there are some errors, yeah, like the pwwa is not able to communicate to the vault server, or the app and gateway account is something locked out, or maybe they are having some password issues. So app and gateway users are nothing but the environment that I was talking about. So whenever you install any kind of component, it will register its users. So now let's say if I have installed pwwa, it would have its users called, which are created in the vault. So let me just open up. So whenever you install any component, two things it will do. First of all, it will say create some safe. You can see that there are some safe added. Once you install the vault, there were only three safes. Now you could see there is a pwwa config safe, pwwa private safe, pwwa public data, reports, task, ticket. These are basically intended for the pwwa. Okay. Now the second thing is it has also created some users. If you go to administrative tools, users and group, you can see that pwwa user is there, pwwa app user is there, pwwa app user, there is a pwwa gateway user here. Okay, so it is nothing but whenever the component is installed, it will basically create some licensed user. So if I were to show you what is this license user in the tools, reports, license capacity report, you can see that pwwa. Out of two license, I have consumed one because we have created two users called pwwa app user and gateway user. So each pwwa will create two users, app user and the gateway user. So since we have installed the pwwa, it has consumed 1 hour of license. If I install another pwwa as well, another two pwwa app user and gateway user would be created. So for each pwwa, it creates app user and the gateway user. So this app user and gateway user are basically registered in the vault, and they create some sort of CRED file. So CRED file is nothing but the the username of this app user. Let's say if I were to see the app user here, this is the name of this app user. pwwa app user is the name of this app user, and this is the encrypted password. The secret is the encrypted password through which it authenticates to the vault. Okay. So first time when you create when you install the pwwa, it will automatically create the pwwa app user and the gateway user. Okay, this is the gateway user, this is the app user. And CRED file is nothing but the, it has the details of the app user and the gateway user plus the password of it in the encrypted way. That's all it is. So if your PWA is not coming up, you are unable to see this web page, you would always refer two types of logs. First of all, you will see whether the IS services are running or not. The second thing is you will see the application logs. That is this that I have just shown you. Windows temp PWA application. This logs you need to refer. So so this is the application logs. The other one that we were saying at that were IIS logs. And one thing that we need to perform once the vault this PWA is installed is enable SSL. So we'll just accept it, apply it. Now if I open up PWA here, I will show you the different things that we see. So this is the main page of our PWA. Now this is the accounts page, like whichever the accounts that you onboard in CyberArk, you would be see them in this page, the accounts page. As of now, we have not onboarded any account. We will see that once we do the once I tell you the operational level things, we have just implemented it. As of now, we are yet to onboard the accounts here, so it nothing is up here. Then this is the system health check. Okay, system health check is something like which indicates the health status of all the components, whether the vault is up and running, whether the if the vault is down, then definitely you will not be able to open up this PWA either. So vault would definitely be up and running, but the other component like PWA, PSM, PSMP, CPM, that would be indicated here. Since as of now we have only one PWA installed, you can see it's only one. As soon as we install more PWA, that number would be indicated over here. PTA is not installed. That's the reason it's showing as not installed here. Then policies I will let you know later. Reports are something that you can extract from PWA as well. I will cover it later. And this is the administration page. Administration page is nothing but like a setup page, or I should say the settings page. So whatever the integration you perform from the PWA or CyberArk, that would happen from this system configuration page. If I need to integrate my Active Directory, I would be doing it from the PWA this page itself. This is the new user. This is the new user domain detail. So let's me open up an example over here. So now we have installed the PWA. We have installed the Vault as well. Okay, I have an organization wherein there are 1,000 users. Okay, now these 1,000 users are supposed to connect any of their server or a website or a database through CyberArk only. Okay, so as of now, you could see that we are able to log in through this CyberArk private ARC client or CyberArk PWA with administrator. Okay, if I were to log in this PWA, I would be logging in with administrator. Okay, so that means that whenever I need to log in, I need to have some user account to log in into the application. If I were to provision, or if I want to provide access to 1,000 users, that means the 1,000 accounts or the users I need to set up. Okay, let's say if we have few users like Vishal, Dev, Vipul. Okay, if they were to log in into the Cyberark, they need to have the IDs created in the Cyberark. Okay, for each user I need to create up a ID here. So I need to create a ID, user ID here, user, and I need to create the ID for that. So that means that for 1,000 users, I have to create the ID. Okay, so they can log in the into the PVW, or I would say the CyberArk. But that's not a feasible approach. Okay, so you might have you are aware that for any organization we have Active Directory. In the Active Directory we have the domain IDs created through which we used to log in the our workstation. So the moment we log into our workstation, we have some ID and the password available. So let's say I have a domain called, for an example, my company domain. So let's say this is the domain of my company, mycompany.com domain. In this, all these 100 users have the IDs available. For all these 100 users, the IDs are available for them. So what I can do, I can integrate this particular domain with CyberArk, so they can use their existing domain IDs to log into the PVWA. I do not need to create any additional IDs for them. Rather, I can just integrate my Active Directory with the CyberArk, so that CyberArk can they can use the CyberArk without any further creation of IDs. Now from these 100,000 users, there could be 10 users which might be CyberArk admins. There could be 10 users which could be CyberArk auditors. There could be 20 users which might be safe managers. I will explain you what are this. And rest, let's say there could be 900 users which are just normal users. I mean, they will just log in, they might connect to some target machine or something. Okay, this is the segregation. So how can I achieve it? Like, this is something called the segregation of access. Like, I have to create, or I have to provide 10 people from this my company, the CyberArk admin access, 10 people from my company, the CyberArk auditor access, 20 people from my company as a safe manager access, and rest apart they should be the normal users. Okay, so the simplest thing I can do is the AD grouping. Okay, in the AD grouping, I would set up four groups. I would say administrator, sorry, CyberArk administrator, CyberArk auditors, CyberArk safe managers, and normal CyberArk users only, which are basically the normal user. So whosoever is a part of these groups, let's say if I'm a member of CyberArk administrator group, I should be able to see the CyberArk admin console once I log into the PVWA. Somebody who is an auditor, who should be able to, who that person should be able to see the reports tab, monitoring tab. He can see the recordings as well, who has done what on the machines. Okay, what was the activity that somebody has done. So he can see the recordings. Someone who can see the recording and extract the reports for any activity is called the auditor. Safe manager is nothing but safe manager is something that who can add, amend people access. So Let's say if I'm a safe manager, that means I can add someone into my safe, I can delete someone access from the safe, and so on. And the normal users are nothing but they have rights to just log into the CyberArk application. That's all. They will not have any kind of rights. So let's set up three groups, or I should say the four groups in AD first of all, and then we will integrate with the CyberArk here. So this is my Active Directory. Similarly, you also need to do the same in your Active Directory that you have in your AWS. Go to Active Directory users and groups. In the users, click on this, create a new group in the current container. So we'll create a new group. We'll mark it as CyberArk Administrator Group. The second group is CyberArk Auditor Group. The third group is CyberArk Safe Manager. And the fourth group would be normal CyberArk users, that is CyberArk users group. So we have created four groups. Now the people in different groups. Let's say if I am a CyberArk administrator, I would be able to see the admin level things once I log into the CyberArk PWA page. Somebody who's an auditor, he would be able to see the audit level things like reports and monitoring tab. Somebody who's a safe manager, he would be able to add and delete people from the different safes. Somebody who's appearing as a CyberArk user, he would just be limited to he would just be limited to log in into the PWA. That's all it is. So just to add users as well, let's create some users so we can see the changes in the interface. Let's say some user is there, Sai, and let me put the password as CyberArk1. Now let's say we have one more user called Vishal.